like self-love and narcissism, and I just feel like there's so many buzzwords that just get a bad rep because people just
And the wrong
regurgitate them in
definition as
order
well.
to like it's the same thing with astrology and spirituality and all this. Like these are not inherently bad things. It's just like certain people use it as a way to like justify their bad behavior, and it just like makes it look bad for everybody. But I do feel like self-love is necessary. I mean, if you don't have that, then you're just gonna make choices out of fear, like because when you live through self-love, you live through truly like valuing yourself and making choices that are good for you and trying to maintain yourself away from a fear-based mentality, which is what we were talking about earlier, which I feel like conduces to the bad choices, you know.
And I also believe that if you self-love, then you do not seek validation from people.
Yes.
You actually know what's your worth. You actually know what you need and what is yourself. At least you understand yourself better. You understand your needs. So you do not seek for someone to tell you, oh, you look nice today. Oh, I like you or something like that. You actually know your worth. So you wouldn't even lower your expectations, as you said earlier.
Yeah.
And also you will understand where you're standing at the moment. I'm not saying self-love as if you're the best person or just like reach a point to arrogance, but at least you know where you stand at the moment, so you can understand that you don't need someone or you do not seek anything from someone else, if that makes sense.
So this is just like my experience with self-love, like girls that spout this. It's like usually just okay to be delusional.
Fact.
And like kind of outpace where they're actually at in life. Like, for example, they'll say, oh, I love myself. I don't deserve, I'm going to reject these guys. Like I'm above them in some way. They kind of insinuate.
That's the thing.
Right.
So,
But to me, it's like, if those are the guys that are approaching you and interested in you, that's what you deserve, because that's what you're worth. Is like what you're like. How could I say, like, if I don't get offered a job that's $100,000, how can I say, oh, I'm worth $100,000? But girls will be like, oh, I'm 300 pounds, but I'm worth a guy that makes 6 figures and is 6 feet tall and is all this stuff. But if you don't have those men approaching you, like, how can you say you deserve them?
The reason they claim self-love, or the reason they may reject a guy who they think is not on their level, is because they have so many of those guys, of the same guys they don't want, right? Because it's not like they reject the guys they want. Now, obviously, sometimes they do, but most men who approach them, they don't want them. So it messes with their minds that, you know what, since I have so many guys who want me, but I don't want them, I'm just going to reject all of them until the guy I want wants me. And then once they meet the guy they want, but doesn't want them, and then they complain, oh, men are bad, men don't want commitment. So it's like a cycle. It kind of messes with their head, and they think they deserve a guy who's on this level, even if they're on this level.
that's the thing. So self-love shouldn't reach a certain point that you would think that you're beyond everyone or you're above everything. It should be limited, because anything excessive is wrong, right? So you should know what your expectations are, and you should know what you're worth, at least what you expect from people. Do not go beyond everything, and if someone comes and is perfect for you, you will be in a state they'll be like, nah, I need someone better. Do not reach that state, but reach a state where you not need someone that would treat you badly, but still be like, oh no, because he said that, okay, I'm going with him, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
and I feel like if you're coming into dating from a self-love perspective, if you're doing it from like what you just said, like feeling like, oh, I love myself, so I deserve a guy that's 6 foot and rich, it's like, well, that's not really self-love. That's like being superficial.
Right.
But that's what feminism has taught people, is that if you love yourself and you think you deserve that high value man, go for it. Even if you are not in
that same caliber
or doing the things that you need to do to be with that man and keep that man. It just has taught us that self-love, you can put yourself on a pedestal, and whatever you think you deserve, that's exactly, even if it's astronomical, out of this world, just unrealistic, it's okay. You can do it because of feminism. Well, that's what.
They also use zodiac signs and manifestations. You guys know that, right? Like, women will literally reject you because you're a different zodiac sign from them. So for me, one thing you guys should do when a woman is asking you what's your zodiac sign, or just say you don't know, even if you do. And then when she's like, oh, what month were you born? Because for some reason they know every zodiac sign for every single birthday, right? Just tell her a different birthday, and then she'll be like, oh, you're Capricorn, so Capricorns do ABCD. Even if you're Cancer, you see them come up with all this bullshit, and she will literally say, oh, I don't do well with Capricorns, so I'm going to reject you. And then you're like, no, I'm not a Capricorn, I'm a Cancer. And then you will see her trying to figure out another way of rejecting you. Crazy, like delusional.
I think.
Well, and the other thing I was going to add is like, when you go into a relationship, it's not about you. Like, it's about like, what guy wants to date a girl that's all about me? Because most of the girls that spout self-love are selfish, is in my experience. And you guys,
No, but that's the thing.
maybe this room is the exception, I don't know, but in my experience, like with those girls, like typically it's about me. They don't have anything to offer to a guy outside of hooking up. They don't cook, they don't clean, they don't like do any of the things.
I don't
clean.
Right, but Cardi B, that's a perfect example of someone who would say something
but
like
she
that.
does
I know.
She actually did a video, and Offset was like filming her.
That's probably one
and she was
video.
actually cleaning the floor at her grandma's
but that's the
house.
thing, a lot
and
of
she's
these
very humble.
A lot of these women say they don't need men and talk down on men in their music, but like back home, what are they doing?
With men.
Like Cardi B, she like her music, I don't cook, I don't clean, but yet she's married. She goes back to the
She has
cheaters.
money. She can hire a cleaner.
I mean, she
No,
can.
but she's a
But
businesswoman.
look what
She
the
knows
message that she's
that
promoting.
sells.
Yeah.
The message she's promoting is you don't need to cook, you don't
One
need
at a
to
time.
clean.
But that, I think that line comes from like back in the day, like women, they were just meant to be doing that, you know, and they were just being perceived as that, as housewives, as cleaners,
I
as
disagree.
mothers, and shut up and you don't do anything else, and you don't say, and you have no power, and that's unfair, you know, and that's why I think it came from there.
I don't think it's that deep personally in regards to those lyrics. She's, in my opinion, saying, I don't cook, I don't clean because I don't have to. Like, we're talking about what? Wet ass.
Yeah, but let me tell you how I got this ring.
Right, so I don't
my
think it's-
WAP.
What you're saying is true. Yeah, back in the day, women did take on that domestic role, but for that context, she's basically shedding light on the fact of you don't even need to be able to do the things that you should want to do for yourself. Forget a relationship, a husband. You should be able to do that as a bare minimum for yourself. So
Yeah.
All you
I
need
know
is
what
what
she's talking
I
about.
think it's about the culture though.
Yeah.
Like, because you know what that song sounds like. It sounds like I'm not doing it for a guy. Like I think we can like try to wrap it around to that it's not. But come on, like.
But you are very in favor in men in a relationship. But I think when you are in a relationship, it has to be go both ways.
Oh.
It's not just me cleaning and cooking.
no,
It's not just
I
me
tell
cleaning
women to
myself,
leave-
and it's not just me dirtying the house. You know, it's both. Both have to help, or we hire a cleaner.
I go.
And who's gonna pay for the cleaner? The man, right? Isn't it funny how they're like, oh, the man should help me do the dishes, the man should help me with the cleaning. But when it comes to those bills, oh no. The bills are for a man. A real man will provide. A real man will provide 100% of the bills. Isn't that funny how they pick and choose when they want the equality? It's always interesting to me. Like, she literally just said the man should help me, the woman shouldn't always cook, shouldn't always do the dishes. But when it comes to the rent, oh no, that's for the man. They pick and choose. It's crazy. Anyway, shout out to Just Partly Things. I thought I should review that with you guys.